Louisiana Beer Review. Seagram's Escapes Spiked Passionfruit Margarita made with natural flavors. Contains alcohol, 8% alcohol. Okay, so this I think came out in 2023. There was one from I believe about 2 years ago, Passionfruit and lime and salt, but I never saw it on the store shelf. I'm not really into those goza beers, those salted beers. But this, I bought at some local store. I can't remember the store around here. It's not widespread though. I've seen it once, so I bought it. Now they come out with this mid-tier series, which is 5%. So I guess some people complained that Seagram's Escapes was too low alcohol, 3.2. And maybe the 8 is too high for them. So now they got the mid-range, the 5%. But I haven't tried any of those, but I noticed they're on the shelves. So what is this actually? It's a premium malt beverage, 8% alcohol. And then they give a specific legal description or name for it. Malt beverage with natural flavors added and contains FD&C yellow number 5 and FD&C yellow number 6. Food, drug, and cosmetic yellows 5 and 6. The Seagram Beverage Company, Rochester, New York. Okay. Now, if you buy these in Canada, I think they're actually made with vodka, like Seagram's vodka, but what did they say on the website? It's a malt beverage in most states, but in some locations, it's made with liquor. So that's state laws, you know. You could buy an 8% malt beverage in some states. That's a beer base with hops, malt, barley malt with hops, and could have adjunct, probably does have adjuncts like corn syrup. But you could have a liquor base at the same ABV and you wouldn't be able to sell it in a convenience store. In some states like Louisiana, they have no rule like that. But to get around that, they just say, heck, we'll make it beer base except for a few exceptions. Okay, there's a code at the bottom, but I don't understand what that means. It might. No, I'm not going to try to guess. Okay, so let's check it out. I think it was $3.19 for this can. I believe so. Now, Seagram's Escapes are common around here. Okay, Mathern sells the little 7.5 milliliter bottle, 7.5 ounce bottle, sorry. And the convenience stores around here sell these 23.5 ounce cans. But not this particular flavor. It's not common. Jamaican Me Happy, the spiked version, 8, or the regular 3.2, very common and all. Now there's also a Tiki Punch, which I'd like to try, haven't seen it, and there's a Blood Orange, which I'd like to try, haven't seen it. Okay, so it's yellow because of the yellow food coloring. Certified color means it's certified by the government to be safe to use in food, drug, and cosmetics, FD&C. But some people are allergic to these yellow, number 5 and number 6, so they have to specifically say what is used. And I think there's a red one that's an allergen to some people. I never had a problem with it. Okay, so it's yellow. It's got bubbles popping at the top. It's a little cloudy. We have direct sunlight, no clouds yet, but it's going to get increasingly cloudy. There's a little cloudy haze when you have the light shining through it. Now, with the light shining added, it looks pretty clear, doesn't it? There's a slight haze, and it's not just from the condensation. Okay. Got some bubbles. I don't see any sediment. All right. I checked around. I didn't see any. So this is the first video review for this product in the world. I don't know how many listings they have on Untappd. I didn't bring it up. They'll have it listed. Beer Advocate won't. They don't like to talk about these products because they say they're not a true beer and it's hurting the craft beer industry. Secondly, it's not a true beer, but that's a nebulous question anyway. it's a beer-based product without a shadow of a doubt. Now, whether it's any good, that's going to be determined right now, at least in my opinion of it. I've never eaten a passion fruit. I see them at the store. I don't really like to eat fruit of any sort, so it's not that I'm singling it out. There's a little fruit aroma. They're using natural flavors. There's a lot of barley malt under aroma, like a bread, a beer under aroma. So they're not totally filtering out that they're trying to get a neutral beer flavor and aroma, like a vodka, like trying to construct a beer like a vodka, but didn't totally work. All right, taste. Cheers. Back when my father would taste alcoholic beverages, but he doesn't now. He takes too much medicine, but he just doesn't want to drink it anymore. But I let him try one of these flavor ones one time. I said, "What do you think?" He said, "It just tastes like beer." And I was like, I don't know how it could just taste like beer if it's got, like, I don't know what it was, orange flavored or whatever, strawberry flavor. It's obviously not just like beer. It's got flavoring in it. That cracked me up, him saying that. So yeah, you get the fruit flavor, certainly. Is it dehydrated passion fruit? Like freeze-dried and dehydrated, pulverized in like a bag? Then they pour it in and let it soak. It could be. Is it a liquid extract? That's a possibility. They got these natural flavor companies that sell this stuff on the wholesale market. Could it be actual passion fruit that they're over there in New York State, Rochester, squishing and putting in the beer and all? Yeah, it could be that too, and they're filtering it out, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be $3.19 a can if they were using that method. Maybe $8.19 a can. Thought it would be heavier body than it is. It's kind of light for 8%. It's medium bodied. Bitterness, none. 0 out of 5 hop cones. They have it. They make it with hops. That's legally required for a flavored malt beverage. But they might be getting the most, not the most, the least bitter hops possible. Secondly, I know how they process these, or if you're in Canada, process these, and they try to make it to where the hops are just like eliminated through filtering and everything that they do, and they want the beer flavor to be eliminated. Like I say, they're trying to make a vodka with beer, yeah, essentially. And they talk about filtering. What kind of filters? I don't know. So if this is what passion fruit tastes like, it tastes pretty good. I guess that's what it tastes like. Tartness is not that high. Maybe a passion fruit is not so tart. I'd say 3 out of 5 lemon heads, but usually these things would be 5 out of 5 tart units. Sweetness, yeah, well, 4, let's say 4.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. Not quite 5, but 4.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. So if you're not into sweet drinks, and I'm not really, but, they're all right. I rather bitter, intensely bitter beers like Hop Stupid that they used to make at Lagunitas, which really wasn't that bitter, even though it's rated at a 102 IBUs, 2 points above the top number. That was more marketing than anything, just to get you to try, like, oh, you'll never be able to take it, it's going to be too bitter, but then it really wasn't, but it was like savory. But this one's kind of savory too. It's one of the best, really, one of the best fruit flavored beer concoctions that I've had. And I've had a lot of good ones. The Reds, Wicked, Line, the 8%, these have a huge amount. It's scaled that way back because market being flooded. The Ritas, they're pretty good. They don't have too many flavors anymore either. Same reason. Seagram's Escape Spike, They do a good job. Smirnoff Ice from a competing company. Smirnoff Ice Smash, which some of them use Smirnoff vodka depending on your location. 99 out of, well, probably 80 out of 100, 85 out of 100 opportunities across the United States, you'll find a beer base, but you could find a vodka base. In Canada, it's all vodka base. Those are good. They do a good job. Mike's Harder, typically, yes. Can run across some of those that are questionable. The original Club Tales from Canada, interesting from Canada, but they use malt base. Those are typically very nice, all natural flavor, real sugar. They always tout that on their website. We only use real sugar, none of this artificial sweetener. And that's what makes these good for what they are. I don't really like what they are, but flavor malt beverage. But for what they are, the use of real sugar is the key, I think. You get some of these like Four Loko. It's like, what the heck? They use an sucralose, which is like a sugar. It is an artificial sweetener. I don't know what the brand name is. You can go to your sweetener aisle at the grocery store and you'll see it. I never fool with that stuff. It just like it gives me the creeps. Like Four Loko, I kept thinking, man, this stuff is like beyond the fact that it's super cheaply made and it's 14%, or it used to be 14, they dropped it to 13.9. I know why, because some states don't allow that, so to get under the number 14, they go to 13.9. Not much difference, right? That's bad enough, but then it's like, what is this flavor? Oh, sucralose. Oh, no thanks. And I check every can, sucralose. Never touching those again. There's a 10% Four Loko in Mississippi. I don't know about Juice from Minnesota, Joose. We don't get them in Louisiana anyway. I've seen them in Mississippi, but they're only 10%. Pretty good. Bought one in Alaska. Unfortunately, I bought the one I had already had. I should have bought that other one, the other flavor. That's a knockout drink. But it tasted like real sugar, though. Now, I will concede that when I tried the Four Loko, and I didn't realize it was sucralose when I bought it, and then I looked at the can during the review, and I was like, the Jungle Juice. I gotta admit, the Jungle Juice tasted good, even with that nasty chemical thing in it. Okay, I say, okay, the Jungle Juice, they did a good job with it, but it would be way better if they were using real sugar. I'm telling you, it would be way better. Four Loko, in my opinion, would really take off. I mean, I know it's popular, but it would really take off if they would just start using real sugar and promote that fact. And I probably should be an advisor for fusion projects and help them out. But they never called me and asked. I got a lot of good ideas. I could improve Earthquake. Okay. High Gravity Lager, which they also make a non-flavored beer. Now, does Seagram's Escapes make any non-flavored beer, like regular beer? No, they don't. Neither any of the other companies I named. Only fusion projects with their Four Loko and some other stuff. Don't they make? No, they don't make Johnny Bootlegger, right? They make Four Loko pregame, which is non-carbonated. They're the only ones that make a regular beer, adjunct lager. And it's typically horrendously terrible. But if you buy 10 cans, every 10th can will be okay. It's like, wow, this is pretty good. But then you'll see the batch, what's different batch number. Yeah, because they had the regular horrible, and then they just lucked out once, made a good batch, and then they went back to the other 9 times. It was terrible. That's been my experience. All right, so Laissez Les Bon Temps Relais. The score on this, I'm going to go with an A because it did a great job with a product I don't even like. It's like, I never want to drink this. But I'm going to go 95 out of 100 for a flavored malt beverage. How does it rate with beer overall? It's hard to say because beer overall is different things. It'd be like saying, well, how is this car, this Toyota Corolla CE overall? I mean, what you going to compare it to a Lincoln MKZ? I mean, they're not the same. It's just, as a subcompact, yeah, fine, it's great. There's no way you can adequately look at that or sensibly look at it like that. So this is a 95 for what it is, and it can only be what it is, and what it is a flavored malt beverage or a flavored beer. That's it. It can't be anything else. Thank you for watching this video production.